Want to meet 5 amazing words and remember them for a lifetime? Well, you have reached the best destination on the internet to do so. This is Amit Kumar Mehta, and today we'll be discussing 5 seemingly difficult words in a very easy way so that you can remember them for a lifetime. But before that, let me tell you, word number 3 and word number 4 are my favorites for the day, and I will ensure that they become your favorites too by the time you end this particular presentation. Now, before moving, let me also tell you I have been teaching students, housewives, and working executives master those difficult words in a very easy way so that they can sound sophisticated in front of their friends and relatives, colleagues, employers, and they can score more in competition exams which require English as a major component. Now, quickly moving on to the words. These are 5 amazing words that you must absolutely know today, and we'll be trying to illustrate them in just 10 minutes. Yes, only 10 minutes. Spineless. Spineless is basically a word which means spiritless, faint-hearted, submissive. Somebody who is fearful, डरा हुआ इंसान is a spineless person. हिंदी would be कायर या दुर्बल. Antonym is strong-willed. Pronunciation spineless. Now, what is the brain-friendly way of remembering this particular word? If you look at the visual that we have provided on the left-hand side and the underlined portion composed of 2 words, spineless, somebody without a spine. Spine is रीढ़ की हड्डी. अगर आपकी रीढ़ की हड्डी नहीं है तो this is how you will stand. You will not be able to stand. You would require support of somebody. किसी की रीढ़ की हड्डी नहीं हो, किसी भी चीज़ के लिए stand नहीं ले सकता. He cannot take a stand in his life, and then he will be spineless, and his actions will be spineless. Right? So what are the various usages? The police force, which was earlier accused of being spineless, has suddenly become the backbone of law and order in the city. The police was earlier considered spineless. They did not stand for anything, but now they are ensuring that law and order is being followed in the city. Sentence 2. A spineless India suffered its second consecutive defeat as England crushed it by 9 wickets. A spineless India, which could not stand for its own right, which could not play properly, is a spineless India. Right? Sentence 3 and 4 you can do on your own by pausing the video. We'll be moving on to the next word for the day, which is splenetic. Splenetic is basically bad-tempered. It is angry, it is wrathful, it is irritable when you're sour, when you're bitter. Hindi would be chidchida. Antonym is good-humored. Pronunciation splenetic. Now, what is the brain-friendly way of remembering this particular word for a very long time? Earlier, people used to believe that whatever anger was there inside you, it came from spleen gland from your body. S-P-L-E-E-N, spleen gland. There is a spleen gland in our body. Traditionally, it was believed that whatever anger you have came from spleen. So, if you look at the left-hand side visual that we have provided and the underlined portion, it sounds like spleen. So, splenetic is basically being angry because your spleen gland is on an overdrive and it is producing a lot of spleen and you are getting angry because of your spleen. So that is how you remember this particular word. Now moving on to the usages. Splenetic during conversations. A splenetic response is an angry response. Sentence 1. Traveling across the suburbs, you will find rude talks and splenetic minibus drivers when you avail public transport. Public transport, the drivers are splenetic in nature. They are always irritable, they are always angry. Sentence 2. Nearly 10 years later, even Putin's most splenetic critics would be well advised to review the relations between US and Russia. Splenetic critics is somebody who is very angry and he is also criticizing you. So splenetic critic is somebody who is bad-tempered. So that is word number 2 for the day. But before we move on, let me tell you, we have the list of all those 1200 words available in the YouTube description of this video. Go to the YouTube description and download all the 1200 words which we have made very simple through our Word-A-Holic-Z technique. Moving on, I told you this is my important and favorite word for the day. It's splurge. Splurge is basically when you spend something a lot, you are extravagant, you are lavish, you are reckless and you waste a lot of things. हिंदी would be पैसा उड़ाना किसी चीज़ के ऊपर या दिखावा करना. Antonym is save and hoard something. To hoard something is to keep with you and not show it to anybody. That is hoarding. Pronunciation is splurge. Now, what is the brain-friendly way of remembering this particular word? What is the Word-A-Holic-Z way of remembering this particular word? Now, look at the visual that we have provided. When a person who is special in your life, he urges you, then you spend a large amount. So these words are hidden in that particular word. If you can look at it from the underlined portion, spend. When you when someone is special, SPL, special. When he urges you, URG, urge, that is also there. And you spend a large amount of money, LURGE sounds like large. So when you somebody special urges, you spend a large amount on that particular person. You give him a gift, you give him something that is very lavish and very reckless, and that is a splurge word for you, in a very easy way, so that you can remember for a lifetime. Now what are the various usages? Splurge without feeling guilty. That person used to spend without feeling any kind of guilt, used to spend. Men splurge more. Men generally spend a lot compared to women who are on a saving spree. Sentence 1, having 65k to splurge on a phone, which one will you buy? If you had 65,000 to spend, to splurge, to waste, which phone would you buy? That is the question. Sentence 2, dog owners are willing to splurge on fancy food, pet food. Now, dog owners are willing to splurge anything for the betterment of their particular pet. So that is, they are willing to splurge, they are willing to spend a lot, even on a dog, even on a pet animal. Sentence 3, 4 and 5 you can do on your own. We'll be moving on to the next word for the day, which I told you again is my favorite for the day. Spout. Spout is basically when you sermonize, when you express your views or ideas, when you orate, when you are speaking a lot, is when you are spouting. हिंदी would be अभिव्यक्ति करना, अभिव्यक्त करना, आप किसी बात को बता रहे हो दुनिया को, that is spouting. Antonym is to keep quiet. Pronunciation is spout. Now, what is the brain-friendly way? What is the Word-A-Holic-Z way in which you can remember this particular word? Look at the visual that we have provided. A particular lady is shouting, is talking, and the visual that we have and the underlined portion that we have provided, it sounds like pout, right? So someone, imagine the Saas Bahu series, Saas Bahu serials that are shown on Indian televisions. Women in the negative characters, they are pouting and they are speaking a lot, speaking negative about the people. They are sermonizing, they are expressing their views by pouting. Women in the Saas Bahu serials are pouting and talking a lot negatively or positively about some topic, is spouting. They are talking a lot. What are the various usages? Spouting nonsense. Somebody is just talking and talking nonsense. Spouting gyan on marriage. Somebody is spouting his gyan, is giving his sermon on marriage. Sentence 1, Shiv Sena is the only Hindutva spouting organization, is outside the sphere of influence of RSS. Shiv Sena is outside of RSS, but it is Hindutva spouting. It keeps on talking about Hindutva. Shiv Sena. Sentence 2, the kind of economic ideology that Kanhaiya has been spouting ever since his appearance in media is not realistic. Kanhaiya's spouting. Kanhaiya was spouting a lot about PM Modi, and he is talking about a particular ideology that is not realistic. He is spouting about something, he is talking about something. Sentence 3 and 4 once again you can do on your own. We'll be moving on to the next word for the day, which is sprinting. Sprinting is basically when you are racing, when you are running, you are darting, you are in a hurry, you hustling, you're moving fast. हिंदी would be छोटी या लघु दौड़. आप दौड़ रहे हो और ये बहुत लंबी दौड़ नहीं है, it's a small छोटी दौड़. Antonym is to linger and saunter. You are walking aimlessly and you are walking slowly is the opposite of sprinting. Pronunciation is sprints. Now, what is the Word-A-Holic-Z way? What is the brain-friendly way of remembering this particular word? The brain-friendly way is look at the visual. Imagine somebody put springs in your shoes. Nike has been, doing a lot of research, and they are trying to put cushions over there in your legs, in your soles, so that you can run faster. Kind of springs so that you can run faster. So if there are springs in your leg, you will automatically start moving faster, and that is how you remember this particular word. Usage: sprinting 0 to 100 kilometers in 3.5 seconds. He Olympic medal Usain Bolt used to move from 0 to 100 kilometers. He used to sprint in 3.5 seconds. Sprinting through traffic. Somebody is just walking through and moving very fast through the traffic. Sentence 1, the tribal girl who has been sprinting to victory at local level has promised her parents she would feature in the channel one day. The tribal girl has been sprinting to victory, is moving fast, is running for victory. Sentence 2, want to lose fat? Stop jogging. Start sprinting. If you want to lose your fat, start sprinting, start running fast. It will make you more athletic and also help you reveal those ripped physique. Those six-pack acts, if you want to reveal, then don't go do jogging, start sprinting. that particular word, we have reached the end of the presentation for today. I hope you have liked the session, and I hope you are sounding sophisticated and scoring more in your examination. And if you have not liked, commented or subscribed to our channel, please do subscribe. There is a lot of content that is available on our YouTube video which you can improve your English with, and you can start sounding sophisticated and keep scoring more. Apart from that, also visit the playlist section. The playlist section contains approximately 300 words now on English, and we are updating words on a daily basis so that you can sound sophisticated in your life and you can score more. It was a pleasure interacting with you. Thank you so much.